We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. One play in the end zone on a long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline and my coach said, so what in the scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not get that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Now, I should say, covered well.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
Throwing to start the drive. Williams. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Williams now on 1st and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit Their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. George Pickens with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams to Pierce. They set up the screen. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Williams.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And out across midfield down to the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. They'll set up to throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens.
Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now out comes Houston. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he goes out right around the 39. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great play there. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.